Measures of position is our topic of interest, and we are told that they locate the relative position of a specific value in relation to the rest of the data. So these are what we want to look at, the measures of position. And we have three most popular measures of position: the percentiles, which is P1 to P99, and they divide the set of observations into 100 equal parts. We have the deciles, D1 to D9, and they divide observations into 10 equal parts. And then we also have the quartiles, Q1, Q2, Q3, and we can see in this illustration that they divide the data into 4 equal parts. So keeping that in mind, we want to go through them by looking at examples, both for grouped data and also ungrouped data. First thing we want to think about is which formula do we use when we are dealing with the percentiles, the deciles, and so forth. And we are thinking about example of ungrouped data. And if I just use the kth term, this will be n pk all over 100, and this will also apply even if it's the deciles I'm dealing with. The decade term will be n times dk all over 10, and that means also the quartile terms, the qk term is n times qk over 4. So that's what we want to keep in mind. And since we are dealing with grouped data, we can then look at the general formula, and we'll use the formula that helps us to find the median. The kth value, which is pk, will be given by L plus n k over 100 minus summation of the frequencies before the median class, divide by the frequency of the median class. Formulation that we would want to use. So the following is the age of that students in a school. We have been given the age 8 to 12, 13 to 17, 18 to 22, 23 to 27, and 28 to 32 years. And we are given the number of students in each group of age. We are told to find the 20th percentile, the 6th decile, and the first quartile. So that's the process we want to take using that information there. And the first thing we want to keep in mind is we want to get the P20th term, which is given by n, which is the number of students, which is 30, times 20th percentile. And we see that it is the 6th observation. And the 6th observation is the 6th student. And the 6th student will be found in this group. 6th student will be in the age group of 13 to 17 years. So therefore we can get the 20th percentile, which is basically the lower class boundary of that, which is 0.5, plus 30 times 20 over 100 minus the sum of frequencies before that class, which is 3, times 17.5 minus 12.5, which is 5, divide by 5. And this will give us 12.5. This is 6 minus 3, which is 3, plus 3, which is 15.5 years. We can say that approximately 20% of the students are aged 15.5 years and below, meaning 80% of the students are aged 15.5 years and above. For the D6th term, first of all, you look for the position. There are 30 times 6 over 10, which is the 18th observation. Now, what do we know about the 18th student? Is in which age group? Now, looking at the cumulative frequencies, it should be between 18 and 22. Therefore, I can say that the D6 will be 17.5 plus 30 times 6 over 10 minus the sum of the frequencies before that class, which is 11, times 5 divided by the frequency of that class, which is 15. The sum of frequencies actually is not 11, but it is 8. 8 is given by 3, frequency of the first class plus the second class, which is 8. And therefore, this will give us 17.5 plus 18 minus 8 is 10 over 15 times 5. 1, 3, which is 15.5 plus 3.33, which is 20.83 years. The sixth decile, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6 is 20. Then we have D7, D8, and D9 is up to there. So that's the set of information that we have. The D9 up to there, that gives us that set of information. And then the last one is the first quartile. That's now what we want to compute. And so the Q1, the Q1 term will be equals to n times 1 over 4, which is 7.5 term. Now, when you go to look at your analysis, the 7th to 8th student is in which class? He is aged between 13 and 17 years. Therefore, we can get the actual value, which is the L1, which is 12.5 plus 7.5 minus, because it's in the second class, minus 3 divide the frequency of that class, which is 5, then times 5, which is 12.5 plus 4.5, which is equals to 17 years. So we are given the salaries of 10 employees in an organization. Now we want to use this data to find, the first part is we want to find P80 or 80th percentile. The procedure is the same. So we get a P80 term, which is 10 times 80 over 100, which is the 8th term of your data. And it's very easy for this type of data. You just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we can say the P80 is equals to 80,000. So what does this mean? It basically means that approximately 80% of the employees earn 80,000 or less. That's basically what that set of information is telling us. So we want now to find D4. So the first thing is we get the D4 term, which is 10 times 4 over 10, which is the fourth term. And from the data, we know which term is the fourth. The fourth term is 50,000. So therefore, I can say D4 is equals to 50,000. For the ungrouped data, the procedure is more easier than for the grouped data. I hope you are enjoying the videos. Then please do subscribe. And thank you for watching.